Welcome, everybody. This is the Committee on Labor, Culture, and the Arts. Today is Wednesday, February 23rd, 2022. It is almost exactly 3 p.m., and we are in conference room 225. The committee has a number of governor's messages that we will be dealing with today. But prior to starting the hearing, I have a few housekeeping announcements. This meeting is being streamed live on YouTube. In the unlikely event that we have to abruptly end this hearing due to technical difficulties, the committee will reconvene to discuss any outstanding business at 3 p.m. on Friday, February 25th in this room, 225. And a public notice will be posted on the legislature's website. Okay, we'll begin with Governor's Message 575. This is submitting for consideration and confirmation to the Board of Trustees of the Employees Retirement System, gubernatorial nominee Lance Mizumoto, for a term to expire January 1st, 2026. Testifiers online, we have the Employees Retirement System, Mr. Williams.
Good afternoon, Chair Taniguchi, Vice Chair Ihara, and members of the committee. I'm Tom Williams, the Executive Director of the Employees Retirement System. You have some written submissions on behalf of a number of our trustees, but certainly I would like to stand in strong support of Mr. Mizumoto's confirmation. And that I say that on behalf of our full Board of Trustees. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you, Tom. We also have the nominee, Mr. Mizumoto.
Good afternoon, Chair Taniguchi, Vice Chair Ihara, and Senator Favela, and any other members of the Labor, Culture, and the Arts Committee. My name is Lance Mizumoto, and I appreciate the time you're spending today. As I'm asking for your consideration and confirmation to the Board of Trustees of the Employees Retirement System. I've had the honor of serving on the board as an interim trustee since July of last year. Attended a number of committee meetings as well as board meetings, and have gained a lot of knowledge and training as a result. As Director Williams mentioned, my personal testimony has been submitted along with testimonies of others that have spoken on my behalf, and would welcome any questions regarding my background and experience. I have served or been in the banking industry for about 40 years. I also serve on the investment committee for Shamrad University, and I believe the experience that I've gained over the years should serve me well, and hopefully will be considered as appropriate for my confirmation as a trustee. I believe in community service. I'm a strong believer in that. And I've served on several community boards, and I've also served my country in the state of Hawaii as a member of the Hawaii Air National Guard. So I would welcome the opportunity to be considered for this board, and would be happy to address any questions or concerns.
Thank you, Mr. Mizumoto. We also have received testimony in support of this governor's message from Vince Barfield, Catherine Chan, and Bob Harrison. Yes, members, do we have any questions for Mr. Mizumoto? Begin with Senator Ihara.
I wanted to ask regarding potential conflict of interest. Does your financial affiliations, do they invest any of the ERS monies?
I believe the ERS has investment with First Hawaiian Bank. It's about $335 million, representing about 1.6% of the assets under management of the ERS portfolio.
And so have you voted on how, I'm trying to think worst case. I mean, I'm sure you're fine, and I'm just trying to think through, you know, I guess the AG or somebody would advise you as to when you vote on, do you vote on a package or do you vote, I assume they bring to the, I guess you have investment committee or something and bring to the board. Are you on the investment committee?
I am on the investment committee. The purpose of the investment committee is to help with policy. I don't recall, at least during my tenure in the committee, of having to vote on a specific investment. And
Okay,
certainly I
so-
haven't had a vote on investments pertaining to First Hawaiian Bank.
Okay, so your vote to move it from the committee to the full board would be, it'd be part of the First Hawaiian Bank would be part of a package.
I'm not sure. I would think that if there was a vote that pertains to an investment with First Hawaiian Bank, that I would abstain.
Okay, so how does the committee move things from out of committee to the full board without a vote?
Well, there's other members on the committee that would vote. So
Right. So did you not vote when with First Hawaiian Bank, the 300 million? That's part of it.
no, that was already part of the portfolio when I came on board.
Oh,
So I
okay. All right.
had no involvement with that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Questions? Any further questions from members or Mr. Williams, did you have any comment? Sorry.
Yeah, the camera. The camera. Chair, yes, I just want to echo some of the comments that Mr. Mizumoto made. The decision to invest monies with our local banking institutions, both Bank of Hawaii and First Hawaiian, these are made largely by investment staff. There's a delegation to the chief investment officer through the executive director of decision making that includes investments like those that we've made with Bank of Hawaii and First Hawaiian. These investments have been long-standing and have preceded Mr. Mizumoto's tenure on our board, assuming you confirm his presence here today. But statutorily, we require members, or at least one or more members of our board, to have banking experience. And of course, to the extent there is even an appearance of conflict, the trustees would recuse themselves from any such vote involving their own activities. And of course, for those kinds of investments for which the investment committee makes recommendations, it makes those recommendations to the full board for their consideration. So we don't see any opportunity or likelihood of any conflict of interest. There are conflict policies in existence that the state has, as well as the ERS independently, that would assure that those are avoided. So we have no concerns in that regard.
Can I?
Sure, go ahead.
So you're saying that the investment committee's role is advisory to the staff, and the staff submits it directly to the full board? If I heard you right.
Essentially, the staff has the capacity to make investments up to, say, 3% of the public markets. And they present those recommendations as a fait accompli to the investment committee. And the investment committee reports those results to the board, not for the board's approval, but for the board's information.
Oh, I see. And then I assume there's a firewall between members who have vested interest and staff, so, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Good. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Further questions? If not, thank you. We'll proceed to the next governor's message. This is Governor's Message 576, submitting for consideration and confirmation to the Board of Trustees of the Deferred Compensation Plan, gubernatorial nominee Lance Larson Jr. for a term to expire June 30th, 2025. We don't have any live testifiers, but we have received written support from Chair of the Board of Trustees for Deferred Compensation, Director Wada from the DHERD, five other individuals, as well as testimony from the nominee himself. Members, do you have any questions about this? We should have the testimony before you to review. So we will proceed to Governor's Message 666. This is submitting for consideration and confirmation to the Board of Trustees, again, of the Deferred Compensation Plan, gubernatorial nominee Calbert Young for a term to expire June 30th, 2026. Again, we have no testimony, no live testimony, but we do have written testimony from the chairperson of the Board of Trustees of the Deferred Compensation Plan, as well as from the director of DHERD, Mr. Wada, both in support of Mr. Calbert Young. I believe most of us know Calbert in his role at the University of Hawaii. Okay, so any questions for regarding Mr. Young that we can forward to him? If not, we'll proceed then to Governor's Message 632. This is for consideration and confirmation to the State Foundation on Culture and the Arts Commission, gubernatorial nominee Jill Kuramoto Randall for a term to expire 6/30/2026. We do have the State Foundation on Culture and Arts, Jonathan Johnson.
Chair, Vice Chair, State Foundation stands on our strong support of Jill Kuramoto Randall to serve at large on the State Foundation Board.
Okay, thank you. We also have supportive testimony from Mr. Alan Urasaki.
And Jill has joined us also.
Oh, I'm sorry. And we also have the nominee.
Hi.
Ms. Kuramoto Randall. Did you want to make a statement, or did you want to make a statement or not? It's okay. You don't have to.
I can just say that I'm flattered and I would be honored to serve on the State Foundation on Culture and the Arts. And I think that I would bring experience both in communications and in the arts that would benefit the foundation. So thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Do we have any questions from members on this nomination? No, I guess she gets off easy.
Thank you.
Okay. Then we'll proceed to the next Governor's Message 633. This is for consideration and confirmation to the State Foundation on Culture and the Arts Commission, gubernatorial nominee Susan Brown for a term to expire 6/30/2026. Again, we have the State Foundation on Culture and the Arts, Mr. Jonathan Johnson.
Chair, Vice Chair, members of the committee, State Foundation stands on our written testimony in support of Susanna Brown to serve her second term as an at-large commissioner, although she does live on the island of Maui. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. See, do we have any questions from members on this Governor's Message? Okay, I think. Okay, she's a re-up, right? John? Yeah.
Correct. She just
Second term.
completed 4 years. Yeah, she's a current commissioner.
Okay, yeah. Okay, no questions. We'll proceed to Governor's Message 634. Submitting for consideration and confirmation to again the State Foundation on Culture and the Arts Commission, gubernatorial nominee Mike Marshall for a term to expire June 30th, 2026. Again, we have Mr. Johnson from the State Foundation on Culture and the Arts.
State Foundation stands on our testimony in strong support of Michael Marshall to serve as the representative of Hawaii Island on our commission.
Okay, thank you. I see we have Mr. Marshall online with us. Did you want to make a statement or a short, brief?
I'd be pleased to
Sure.
make a brief statement. I have lived on Hawaii Island since 1984, and in that time have really learned about service on a lot of different levels. I've been here at the University of Hawaii since that time and have worked with the State Foundation quite frequently in conjunction with our exhibition program at the University of Hawaii Hilo campus, and looking forward to serving the people of Hawaii and the people of the island of the Big Island on behalf of the State Foundation.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Members, do you have any questions for Mr. Marshall? Questions? Okay, if not, we can, I guess, adjourn the public hearing and go into decision-making on the I believe six governor's messages that we have just heard. I guess Chair is going to recommend that we advise and consent on all of them in one motion. If that's okay, unless people want to separate somebody. Okay, Chair's recommendation on Governor's Message 575, 576, 666, 632, 633, and 634 is to advise and consent. Any discussion? If not, Senator Ihara.
Okay, for the members of the Labor and Culture and the Arts Committee, we're taking in one vote to the chair's recommendation to advise and consent to all of the GM's governor's messages on today's calendar, 3 p.m. calendar for Labor Committee. Chair Taniguchi.
Aye.
Vice Chair votes aye. Senator Chang.
Aye.
Senator Kehokalole is excused. And Senator Favela.
Aye.
The recommendation is adopted.
Okay, I think that's it for us. Thank you very much, members. Recess.